Perfect. All right. Thanks for everyone joining the workshop today. Today is the workshop presented by Homeless SF. Today the topic we're going to talk about is rental housing for low income households. So it's presented by me. My name is Chichuling. I go by Chu, and I'm from SF LGBT Center. And we also do have so many who is from shop, and we do have a name is from Homage, and also Christine and Kyle from SF Community Land Trust. All right. So our videos is recording, and then after today's workshop, you guys will able to find it from the SF YouTube channel, and then you guys will receive the email as well for the slides after the workshop. All right, and then the next, right now, if you join using the computer, you should be able to show the caption, and then you can choose the language as well. Let's say if English is not your first language, you prefer to use another language, you can do the, select the language you like to use. If you join using the cell phone, you're able to do that as well. You just need to click the captions and then turn it on. And then also you can choose the language as well. All right, and then the next slide, the first organization I'm going to introduce you is a home ownership SF. So home ownership SF is a nonprofit service provider, and then home ownership SF serve as a centralized resource for the affordable ownership opportunities, and also the foreclosure intervention and education counseling in San Francisco. So the home ownership SF, it's a kind of like a compromise for the by local nonprofit housing organization. So you can see right here, there's Asian Inc. and also Balance and SFGBT Center and Meta and also SFHDC. So all the five nonprofit organizations, they provide a rental counseling, they provide a first-time homebuyer program as well. And some organizations, they also provide additional programs. So this is something that if you guys, go to their website, you will able to find out what kind of service they provide as well. And it's a good resource. So you guys can, when you have time, check it out as well. All right. And the next slide is, you guys also can go to the homeownership website. There's a lot of information that you guys can find. So also including all the organization workshops. And then if you need to help with the application, let's say if you are going to apply for the BMR rental and you don't know how to do it, you also can reach out to the homeownership to find a housing counselor to help you with the assistance with the application. And I do see there's a little typo right here. So the website is homeownership.org, not .com. I'm sorry, there's a little bit typo. So when you search, you just type the homeownership.org, and then you will able to find a website. Okay. All right. And there's a phone number as well and the email, and you can reach out. All right, and then next slide is so my name is Chu, and then I'm from SF LGBT Center. So you can see that our center we do offer our service. So all right, give me 1 second. So you can see we do the homeownership counseling service, and also we do the rental counseling. And we do also have a smart money coaching program, which is you can talk to the financial coach to talk about the debt, budget, counseling as well. And also, if you want to build your credit score, or you do have any credit issue, let's say you want to review your credit report, and then, or you already checked your credit report, and there's some incorrect information, you don't know what to do with it, you can reach out to us, and then our financial coach will able to help you dispute the error and help you review your credit report as well. All right. All right, now let's talk about who is Terran. So Terran, who is the one, has established the residency with or without the lease. So this is something that if a person become a tenant in the unit by living there for 30 days and paying rent, that will be the tenant. And then after this time, the person may gain right under the rent control. So this is something if applicable to the unit and state law. So when you become a tenant, no written lease is required to be a tenant as long as you're living in the unit and then you paying rent that you are a tenant. Okay. And also shared housing, there's a subtenants have right as a tenant as well, and there's a master tenants have right as a tenant, but might also have some responsibility of the landlord. All right, so this is something that say if you having any issue with master tenant or with landlord, we recommend you to speak with an attorney or legal aid organization for some information about your right and responsibility. Right. All right, let's do the next slide. Oh, okay. So this one is I'm going to introduce you guys a website. It's called the Dahlia San Francisco Housing Portal. So this website is the city's below market rate rental program. All the property will listing on this website. So when you go to this website, you will able to find all the affordable housing that accepting the application, and then you will able to go there to submit the application, but there's an income requirement. So when you go to the website, what you can do is you can type your income. There's a eligibility calculator. You just need to type in how much income, gross income you make annually or monthly. Then they're going to match the property that you qualify for. Then you can apply for the unit. And also the website that there's you can sign up the email, get all the notifications. So this is something that if a city there's a new property coming, they're gonna send you the email so you don't miss the opportunity, and then you can submit your application before the deadline. Okay, and the website they also have I think it's 4 languages available for you to do it. There's English, and then there's a Chinese, Spanish, and Filipino language you can choose. It's something that if your first language is not English, and then you can use that function to translate it to language that you understand as well. Okay, all right, and then the next step. So now let's talk about the San Francisco rental assistance. So there's a income basis or population statistics as a fund are available. So for some example, there's a rent burden senior and persons with a disability or unhoused with the children under the age 18, or persons living with HIV under the income cap. So there's like a plus housing, which is they can people who were living with HIV, they can apply for if their income is qualified as well. And also for the senior, there's a open house organization. They are helping the seniors for the affordable housing as well. So administrate through the various SF nonprofit organization. So you meet with the SF housing assistance organizations such as the LGBT Center or Bishop or for the referral. And then assistance available may be one-time support for help with your bad rent, deposit, or moving cost, or long time subsidy, typical 1 year or with the renewal option upon this recertification. So this is something that if you go to the homeowner CSF and then you choose the renter, there's a renter assistance. You will able to find all the organization listing right there to helping with the bad rent or deposit or moving cost. And just reach out to the organization listing there and then let them know that what's your situation, and they might able to help you with that. Okay, and the housing voucher may be available for veteran experiencing homelessness or veteran with a disability through the Veteran Administration. All right, now I'm going to turn to the next one. Samia.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Mia Laktibi. I work for Besoro Housing Program as outreach and bilingual Arabic-speaking senior housing case manager. So Bishop founded back in 2009 by volunteers and named after activist Bill Sorrell. We offer services to help low-income individuals and families secure safe, affordable housing. These include helping with housing application, case management, and workshops in different languages: French, Arabic, Spanish, English, and Tagalog. Also, we help in underserved population like Black, Indigenous, and people of color, immigrants, senior, people with disability, and our goal is to prevent displacement by advocating for their right to remain in their homes. Next slide, please. So Bishop mission is to increase access and housing for diverse low-income population. And our vision is to make sure that everyone has access to affordable housing that lasts by offering services that respect different culture and by speaking up for what's needed. So our office is located at 1110 Howard Street between 7th and 8th Street. And our hour is currently only by appointment.
Yeah, is anyone else having some microphone? We're losing you a little bit from the microphone. Can you speak a little closer into it?
Okay, so how about now?
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Perfect. So our office location is at 1110 Howard Street, and our hour is only by appointment. So if you want to have an appointment, you have to call us at 415-513-5177 or email us at counseling@bishopsf.org. Next slide, please. So we offer like different free services. First one is helping with affordable housing through the Dahlia portal, is through the Mayor's Office of Housing portal. Also, we do help with rent relief application assistance, which mean the SF ERAP applications. We do help also with short-term and long-term rental subsidy applications. We do case management and tenants' rights counseling. Also, we provide housing education and workshops in Arabic, French, English, Spanish, and Tagalog. So we do have counselor who speaks Arabic, French, English, Spanish, and Tagalog. And the good thing about our services, we do have a monthly basic workshop and drop-in clinic is monthly Dahlia basic in like workshop. First Monday of the month is in English, second Monday is Spanish, third Monday is Arabic. And also we do have a drop-in clinic right after workshop. So the morning drop-in clinic is from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and the afternoon clinic is from 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. All clinics are in person and first come, first serve. And all the clients, they need to bring with them like proof of address and proof of income. Thank you. And I would like to present the next speaker. Go ahead. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, I'm Nan Boyd. I'm the program director at Home Act San Francisco. I'm sorry I don't have a camera. My camera doesn't seem to be working tonight. I don't know why. I apologize. But thanks for taking the time to learn more about Home Match San Francisco. Home Match is a free service that's funded in part by the San Francisco Mayor's Office, but also by our parent organization, Front Porch. Home Match connects people with an extra room in their house or apartment with a housemate looking for a market rate or below market rate room for rent. And then our organization supports that match for its duration. Home Match is a program of the Front Porch Community Services and Front Porch operates a few dozen market rate retirement communities and affordable housing communities across California. And Front Porch has a community service mission to help seniors age well or age with dignity. And our organization, Home Match, is the housing arm of the community services program that Front Porch supports. Home Match doesn't provide emergency housing for currently unhoused people, but instead it follows a home sharing model that utilizes already built housing stock to stabilize housing for vulnerable populations, especially seniors, but we're open to anyone over the age of 18. So what is home sharing? Home sharing is an idea or a practice that can feel counterintuitive to sort of normative mature adults used to living alone or with a spouse, but it's an elegant solution to many of the housing and aging problems that many people are currently facing. So like consider a married couple in their 70s living together in a 2 or 3 bedroom home where they raise their kids and the kids are gone and one spouse passes and suddenly the aging senior is living alone on a fixed income and this person becomes vulnerable when their income can't keep up with inflation. Or consider scenario 2, like a musician or wage worker who moved to San Francisco in the 1970s and secured a 2-bedroom rent-controlled apartment. They're the primary tenant and have had a string of roommates over the years, including possibly a spouse or a partner who has since passed or moved out, and now they're in their 70s or 80s, living alone, possibly on a fixed income, and are overwhelmed by the increasingly digital or social media-driven logistics of finding a housemate. And finally, consider scenario 3, a 40 or 50-year-old nurse or teacher or wage worker who's displaced from their long-term housing for one reason or another and would like to stay in the city where they work and have community, but they can't afford the rent at market rate on their middle income wages. Each of these people are the kinds of people that Home Match can help by pairing them with a stable housemate. So why home sharing? What is home sharing? What are the motivations that bring people to Home Match? There's a lot of recent data that highlights the value of home sharing in relation to the current housing crisis. So basically, home sharing immediately increases the housing stock in any given area because when 2 households join together, it creates homes from houses and apartments already in place. So participating in Home Match can be driven by altruistic motivations on the part of what might be called overhoused people living in San Francisco with empty rooms in their home. But more likely, home providers and home seekers in our program are motivated by economic need. These are the people we work with day in and day out. Home sharing relieves the economic vulnerability many people feel as the price of everything continues to go up. And home sharing has the added benefit of easing the intense feelings of social isolation that many people experienced during COVID and continue to feel post-COVID. Social isolation can actually be understood as a health condition or a health risk that has negative consequences like increased risk for dementia. Home sharing provides economic support and social support. Many of our matches also negotiate a task exchange with possible housemates, whereby the housemate would help with everyday tasks like gardening or grocery shopping in exchange for reduced rent. These tasks might make the difference in allowing a home provider to age in place and a home seeker to find at or below market rent. So the next slide is, how does our program work? So basically, if you'd like to participate in our program, we want to talk with you and tell you about how our program works. So please call us. We'll send you an application. Our services are free and it includes compatibility matching. We want to make sure that your social expectations and lifestyle preferences are compatible with your potential housemate. And if a match is made, we provide a living together agreement, which is an extended lease that includes agreements about the shared use of space, the details and expectations of a possible task exchange, and then the terms and conditions that you would find on a standard lease. More importantly, however, Home Match provides support from start to finish and free mediation should any problems arise. And when a match comes to an end, we help both parties to move on to another stable housing situation as much as possible. So our program seeks to stabilize the housing of all participants. And we strongly enforce an anti-discrimination policy. And we ask that both parties provide references and a background check. We do not assign matches, but allow parties to meet a number of different potential roommates so they can make their own choices about who they want to live with. These last two slides are match story slides. But basically what I'd like to say in closing, that successful home match participants practice healthy communication with each other, and through participating in the program can gain the benefits of social connection, economic support, and the stability of a supportive housemate. This isn't a subsidized housing program, and all participants have to have income to participate. The average income for home providers and home seekers is about $40,000 a year. Rooms with a shared or private bath typically run between $800 and $1,500 a month. So we do our best to stabilize housing for all participants. And so what we're looking for in applicants are people who are able to communicate effectively and live cooperatively. Our task exchanges do not include any kind of healthcare or caregiving services. So both parties need to be able to enter into a contract and live fairly independently. So I'll just end with our phone number, which is 415-351-1000. So if you're interested in participating in our program or know someone who might be interested, please give us a call. Thank you so much. And I guess I'm supposed to introduce the next group, which is the Land Trust, San Francisco Community Land Trust.
That's us. Hey, everybody. I'm Kyle Smealy. I'm the policy director for SFCLT. I use he, him pronouns. I'm joined by my colleague, Kristen Nation, who I'll turn it over to in just a minute. I'm going to go through some slides that sort of talk about who we are, go over some definitions of our housing model, sort of how they work in practice, and then I'll kick it over to Kristen to talk about some specific vacancies in our portfolio. So just a little bit of background about who we are. We were founded in 2003, and our mission is really to create homeownership models, or opportunities, I should say, for low and moderate income San Franciscans, and really prevent displacement. Those are sort of two pillars of our work. We emphasize creating homeownership for BIPOC communities through a limited equity housing cooperative model, and I'll go into that in just a second about what exactly that means. In terms of our portfolio, we own 14 permanently affordable properties, and that is comprised of 145 homes. Most of our residents, more than 2/3, identify as BIPOC, and most of our residents are in the low income category. So what is a CLT? Broadly defined, a community land trust is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to create permanently affordable housing that is resident owned or controlled, specifically for low income and working class residents. Unlike landlords in the private sector, we don't have a profit motive. We're not trying to extract as much wealth out of our properties. Really what we're doing is we identify properties where there's a risk of displacement, and we intervene, we buy those properties, we take them off the private speculative market, and we ensure permanent affordability. And really our model is all about the resident experience and sort of empowering residents to steward their property. So what is a limited equity housing cooperative? So this is one type of ownership model in which residents purchase a share that's equivalent to a unit, and they agree to limit the equity that accrues on that unit over time by a predetermined formula. Now, why would they do this? It's because this preserves a community benefit in perpetuity. It maintains affordability over the long term, and that can create an opportunity for future generations or other San Franciscans where there's a vacancy to actually own their unit in a way that's not overly expensive. And I think it's helpful to sort of compare different other housing typologies to understand what is a cooperative. So in a condominium association, each individual owns a piece of that pie. For some reason, they're holding it over their heads. In a cooperative model, everyone collectively owns the pie, right? And so you're working together to further the interest, to make sure the building is healthy, to make sure your finances are keeping up with the building's needs in a collective and shared manner. And in the rental model, as we all know, it is the property owner that owns everything and the tenant does not own anything. Next slide. So what are the advantages of LEHCs over rentals? So really in an LEHC model, you have an opportunity to build equity over time while also creating a permanently affordable asset that can benefit everybody in the community. It also allows you to pool resources. So an individual may not have the assets to be a homeowner, but together with resources that are pooled, it may be more feasible. And then a big one that we're really, proud of is that it allows sort of intergenerational wealth building by creating an inheritable right to that homeownership unit. And then it really lifts up self-governance and participation of residents in the future of their homes. Now, how do these two things work together? So we talked about what a CLT is, we talked about what an LEHC is, and this is sort of what we aim to do with our model. And that is the community land trust owns the underlying land and ensures that it will be in perpetuity, affordable, and accessible to the community. What we do is through a ground lease for a period of 99 years, we lease it to the cooperative that is owned and operated by the residents. And that is, they provide their own equity, they provide inheritance rights. So these two things work together in tandem to create sort of permanently affordable housing and community stabilization, which is really the core of the work that we do. And this is another chart, a lot of circles and dots and things, but it's essentially showing the same thing. So it's SFCLT owns the property or master leasing to a nonprofit cooperative corporation. And then with each individual residence, they have what's called an occupancy agreement. Before I turn it over to Kristen, I just want to sort of clarify. So that's sort of like the ideal of our model, right? And what we do is we sort of focus on anti-displacement. So we intervene where oftentimes low-income San Franciscans would otherwise be displaced. And our goal is to get them on a track to limited equity housing cooperative structure. But that process takes time, right? And in a lot of our properties, we're sort of in that transition period where we're educating residents on what an LEHC would be. But right now they sort of function more as a traditional rental model, right? And so Kristen's going to talk about a few of those in our portfolio, and I'm happy to turn it over to her right now.
Thank you so much, Kyle. And hello, everyone. I'm Kristen Nation, Director of Stewardship at the San Francisco Community Land Trust, she, her pronouns, and I will be giving a brief overview of our current vacancies in our portfolio. Next slide, please. Starting with 568 Natoma, this is an apartment complex in the Soma district. We currently have 3 vacancies, all 1 bedrooms. The rents are listed below, $21.96, $27.72, and $21.96. These are vacancies that you can apply via the Dahlia lottery system. Next slide, please. And next slide is 308 Turk. This is an apartment complex that we have in the Tenderloin district, a 20-unit apartment complex. We currently have 2 studios that are vacant at $14.46 a month and $13.75 a month. Also available to you apply via the Dahlia lottery system as well. Next slide, please. And 2976 23rd Street. This is a property in the Mission District. This is actually a self-managed co-op, meaning that the residents themselves function as the property manager via committee work. This is a 14 private bedroom shared housing property. We currently have 2 vacancies at $800 a month. And another self-managed co-op is 966 Oak Street. This is in the Lower Haight. This is a non-Dahlia lottery. So this is, you can apply to this housing by reaching out to me. My email is at the bottom of the screen. We currently have 1 private bedroom. The rent is $11.22 a month. And 53 Columbus is an apartment complex. This is actually our limited equity housing cooperative in our portfolio, 55 Columbus, 21 units. It is currently fully occupied. However, we are accepting applications for the wait list. Currently, there are 8 one-bedrooms, 11 two-bedrooms, 1 3-bedroom, and 1 4, all currently occupied, but we are accepting wait list applications. And 285 Turk Street, another property in which you do not apply via the Dahlia lottery system. This is open to the open market. This is a 40-unit apartment complex in the Tenderloin district. and we currently have 4 vacant units available. They are studios and 1 bedrooms. They're between $18.95 and $19.95 a month. Thank you very much.
All right, Chu, I think you're back up.
All right, and then we do have other resources listing right here. So there's a San Francisco rent board that you can reach out. This is kind of like if you have any like rent issue, you always can reach out there to get support. Also, there's a housing right committee that you can reach out to. So there's a phone number and the office address, and also the appointment available time that you can make, and also the Bayview office as well. So this is additional resource that if you need to get support, you can reach out to. All right. And next one, this slide that you guys can see, this is San Francisco Housing Expo 2024. So right now, we are doing the online workshop from since yesterday, so May 14 to May 16. And then we do have a one in-person resource fair that is this Saturday. So we will have that even in the, let me find the address, I'm sorry. So you can join us on the Saturday and May 18 at the address is, hold on, let me see. It's at the Leona Howard LD
Yeah.
School.
I'll put it in the chat, Chu.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, you guys can, welcome to join the resource fair, and then it's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right. All right, and then let's do some Q&A. So I do see there's a question, this thing right here. It says, can you use Dahlia if you have the Section 8 housing voucher? What income do you put? So this is something that you are able to use the Section 8 to do the BMR. So when the renter use the rent subsidy, the project owner must enter into the lease agreement with the BMR renter that only require the tenant to be responsible for the maximum annual rent amount as determined by the MOHCD. So this is something that MOHCD will determine that how much is the maximum amount. And then the project sponsor must provide the MOHCD with the copy of the escrow request for the tenancy approval form within 10 days of the lease signing. So this is something that, yes, you were able to do that. Let's see if there's another question. Sorry, I have question. Where do you usually find a non-Dahlia renter unit? This is something that you can go to the homeownership itself. There's a renter, and then there's a rental opportunity. You were able to go there to find some affordable housing options as well, and also like our presenter Home Match. That's one option that you can find affordable housing, and also another organization that we presented earlier. There are all the affordable housing options that you go for. And then also after the today meeting, you're going to receive the slides, then you will able to find that information as well. Right, and there's another question. What's the difference between affordable, low income, 30% of rent housing? I'm not quite sure that you what do you mean? Because the affordable housing, there's a AMI income limits. That is something that when you look at the rent BMR rental property, you were able to see which each unit income level. And there's a AMI chart that you can see as well. So you were able to find out what is 30% income limit and how much is that amount as well. All right. I hope I answer your answer. Yeah, there's an AMI chart that you can find. I actually can find it for you. There's a new AMI chart just came out yesterday, and I can do the link, just copy paste for you. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna jump in the chat and then you can see. Another question, please. Yeah. All right. So when you open it, you will able to see it depends on how many household, depends on your income limit as well. So you will able to see that, for example, 30%. If you open that chart, you will able to see 13% for one person. That income maximum will be 31,450. So that is a income limit. Right. There's another following question. I thought 30% of rent applied to those with the government assistance, welfare. This is something that, is there anyone who can answer this question? Yeah, I'm not quite sure actually.
I can take a shot at it. So I think just to go back to the first question, the difference between affordable, low income, and 30% of rent. I think, affordable housing generally refers to housing that has a restriction on its deed to be affordable for a certain amount of time. What generally is accepted as sort of what affordable means is 30% of somebody's income. Low income is a category of sort of an AMI bracket. So I know that Chi put in the chat sort of like what the current AMI income limits are. There are, and I don't exactly know sort of what the tranche of low income. There's extremely low income that I think is like 0 to 30. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. There's low income, which I think is like 30 to 80, if I'm not wrong. And then there's sort of moderate to the moderate end. So there's sort of 3 different sort of ways of defining affordability. And I hope that helped clarify some of that.
Thank you, Kyle.
Ju, are you reading that question? Okay, you're on mute.
So there's another question. So you are saying the 30% is already deducted and including in the Dahlia rent, meaning are the rent fixable or basic rents? Hold on, give me a second. I live in the building where it was SFHA, now bought by the Mercy Housing and the non-property. Can I be accepted by the lottery with 30% rent at the Dahlia while still on the SFHA waiting list for promotion? This one I'm not quite sure, to be honest. You Great, you can email us and then we might able to find answer for you.
Okay, thank you. I didn't see the unmute. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, and then there's another one. Dalia asks, what is the total pre-tax household income? If you're using the housing choice voucher, my household income is too low, and the website doesn't show me any match. Hold on, let's see.
I can answer this question.
Okay.
So for Section 8 holders, so if they are not required to meet the minimum income requirement, so the application has a question if the applicant has a Section 8 voucher or any type of subsidy, or they are receiving Social Security income. So those type of like applicants, the minimum income requirement doesn't matter. So they will be able to do the application without like meeting the minimum income requirements for the Dahlia portal applications. I hope this answers your question.
Not sure.
Thank you. And then we do have another question here. Say, on the 2024 fair market rents and the payment standard, do the dollar amount represent a maximum monthly rent allowed for the renter? For example, one bedroom, the rent payment is $3,506. Is that the maximum rent?
I'm not sure I understand the question. And Jeff,
Yeah.
if you want to unmute yourself and
I try to understand.
okay, yeah, we can unmute ourselves,
Yeah.
right? And then participants. So Jeff, feel free to chime in to elaborate if you'd like.
Thanks. I tried to best represent that sheet that I was looking at that somebody emailed me. It's the 2024 fair market rents and payment standards. And so I guess what I'm trying to figure out is if I have a voucher, the 1-bedroom unit size is this table, does it represent the maximum amount of allowed rent to be applied towards rent, the maximum amount to be applied towards rent? For example, like a 1-bedroom in the column for housing authority payment standards?
Jeff, I just put into the chat what I think you're referring to. Just let me know if that's correct.
Oh, okay, let me go. How do I- Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, in that first table where it says 1-bedroom for the unit size, is the 3506 the maximum amount of rent?
I would say this is something that I would recommend you to, schedule with the housing council to go over based on the your income and the expense to go over that, because this is something that there's a more detail when it comes with the rent amount that maximum you paying compared to your income as well. So I would recommend find a housing counselor and then schedule the one-on-one to go over that.
You got it. Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. And there's a question, this thing on the Q&A, it said, I recently find out that there is a private apartment building that offer a BMR program. Is there a list of these buildings? As I know, I'm not quite sure that you say the offer the BMR is already renting out or it's available right now. If it's available right now, you should be able to find it on the Dahlia website. So you can go to the Dahlia and then choose the rent, and then you will able to find a BMR rental property, this thing right here, that accepting the application. Right.
Lydia has her hand.
Yeah, I do have Lydia raised the hand, and I can you can unmute yourself and then you can speak.
Okay, sorry. So I'm trying to get still kind of a little bit clarification on my questions that I've been trying to get about the Dahlia website. And I understand maybe you guys aren't the Dahlia people, but like the first page when you go and you open an account, it says household size and then household pre-tax income. And I'm stuck there because I don't know what to put as my income. If I've tried it, putting it in like my real income, and it says, sorry, there's no matches for your income. So do I just make up an income and then have it, then I'll have opportunities like matches come up, or is there something else I should be doing?
So if you use the income type in on the Dahlia and you won't able to find the property match with your income, what you can do is you can just browse the property listing there, and then if your income do qualify, you can go ahead to submit your application. And then if you get selected, that's the city will reach out to you to provide your income, and then to, check on, to review your income, see if you are eligible and continue with the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess, and then to follow up with the last person's, I had kind of that same question, because say, like, so I'm looking on the website right now. It says a 3-bedroom is available. So I have a 3-bedroom voucher. It says it's 1,877. I was told by someone in the Section 8 people that if I can find a 4-bedroom that is less than like my $5,000 maximum, like affordable, whatever the median rate is or going rate is for, so something like they'll pay up to $5,000 approximately. So can I get a 4-bedroom and it's only 1,996? Do you see what I'm saying? Could you use more than, if you're on Section 8, could you qualify for like a bigger room or something, a bigger unit?
You're talking about a household number. Usually it's like one household equal 1 bedroom, right? So if you're looking for the 4-bedroom, you need a 4 households to apply for that. Is that your question?
4-bedroom,
Yeah,
not 4.
so you will need 4 households total to apply for the 4 bedrooms unit.
Mm,
Does that answer your question? I'm not quite sure exactly what's your.
okay.
And Lydia,
Mia, do you want to chime in? Hold on one sec. So
Go ahead.
Mia,
Yeah.
you had your hand raised. Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, so I've been helping few clients with Section 8 voucher, and I attended like few orientation with San Francisco Housing Authority. And yes, if the amount that is provided for example, for 2-bedroom, and you can rent with the amount 3-bedroom, yes, you can do it.
Okay.
You cannot surpass the amount you are approved for.
Right. It can't be more. Okay.
And I would like to go back to the BMR question. So you don't have to struggle with putting the income at the first, like since you are Section 8 holder. So as I said, you can apply for any units that is like under the income limit, that under the income limit. And because there is a question that asks if you are Section 8 holder, and they will allow you to do the application even if you don't meet the minimum and the maximum income requirement, the minimum income requirements and maximum income requirements. So don't put any number at the first page, like to see if you qualify for any opportunities, because all Section 8 holder, they qualify for the Dahlia portal application, most of them, unless they are more like expensive, like a median income limit unit, like at 100 AMI or more than 100 AMI.
There's another follow-up from Rella in the Q&A tab. And Chu, you can clarify for me, but I believe, let's say you're talking about like Tenderloin, TNDC, Tenderloin Development Company, and you see a BMR listed there, if that's what you're saying, you would be following those websites. There's unfortunately not a great aggregated source for those. Is that correct, Chu? Yeah.
Yep.
có một tí tôi thấy kính có một tí quay đầu chạy chạy nó là cái nào cái gì cả
All right, Chu, do you want to lead us through any more questions, and then we'll be wrapping up?
Okay.
So have additional ones.
Let's see. So there's one more. So Candidly, let me clarify. I find a company which is has several properties. Some of their properties have their BMR on list. Some properties will post their open BMR unit on the Dahlia. My question is how I can find out about the properties that have their own waiting list. I'm assuming they are offering the BMR program because this is required and they are not on the Dahlia. I have never owned lottery. So this is something that you can reach out to the ownership SF, or you can reach out to the SWGPT Center. We can set up the rental and then go over some BMR listing. I know that some BMR listing is not listing on Dahlia, and there are some first come first serve as well. But those information that we will need to find it for you. I currently don't have all the information at the moment. But I know there's some BMR rental is based on first come first serve for offered by some organization. Yeah. So I would recommend you can schedule a one-on-one to talk to the counselor, and then they can go over the options and find some resource for you as well.
And then I think there was another in the chat, or maybe this was just sent directly to me about can you transfer from 1 bedroom to 2 bedroom in a BMR unit listed in the building that you already live in? Do all buildings have a transfer agreement if there is available units in the building? My understanding is that you don't have a sort of you can apply for a reasonable accommodation to transfer, and but I don't know if you have a right. And I saw Sumia put her hand up, and I'd love for her to add on to that.
Yeah, I agree with you. So so the BMR, there is no transfer on BMR unit unless you have a reasonable accommodation, and if the building have already a unit that is listed under BMR. So that's the issue, which is really hard. And so people, they need to submit a reasonable accommodation request to transfer for another BMR unit, and they will be placed on the wait list until they have any available BMR unit. That's the issue. And also when you submit, sometimes if there is like a huge issue with your BMR, like let's see, mold issue, infestation issue, so you can send like a reasonable accommodation request to the mayor's office, and they will waive the lottery for you. So that's mean you can transfer to another unit within the same property that is under BMR.
Sorry, can I talk? I think one of the problems of the transfer agreement in the building that I live was that I couldn't find any agreement in the office. When I asked them, they said they don't do transfers, and I went to the housing to the mayor's office of housing, I think is on Market Street, if I'm not mistaken, Market and Venice, that area. And they said it's the building that does the transfer. And so both sides, they seem not to know how to do the transfer, or there is a thing called transfer. And so I wasn't sure who else to ask. It was not clear to me. So that's why I asked if there is someone who I could even contact in person or, email. It would be great to know what the transfer agreement or program is in that building that I live for a BMR unit.
Go ahead, Samia.
Yeah, may I know what is the reason of transfer, please?
Sorry, was that a question? I didn't hear you.
May I know why you're requesting the transfer to another BMR unit?
The reason is initially it was me and my dad who got into the current 1-bedroom unit, but recently my 4 siblings and my mom came from back home, and they joined us, and we've been applying for every single unit on Dahlia to get to more rooms with more bedroom room. but I couldn't get in. And so there was one available in the building that I live, listed on Dahlia with more rooms. And I asked if I could transfer to that one since it was available and we already live in that building. And they said it's not on their behalf who does the transfer, and I have to go ask Dahlia. So I went to the mayor's office of housing, I think, the one that I said on Market and Venice, and they said it's the building manager who does that. So I was, going back and forth, and not nobody figured out what to do. And I'm still like, that's why I actually attended this meeting, so I have more information on how to get this more room situation.
I think that um, the BMR units are not transferable, so you cannot transfer. You have to enter into the lottery process again. You have to apply and wait if they select you for the lottery. Because the only way how you can transfer to another BMR unit is due to through reasonable accommodation requests.
Also, like the kids, underage kids that my dad that are here with us, that's not a reasonable, I think.
I'm
That's
not
not.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but like mostly it's like through reasonable accommodation requests, and it's up to
Okay.
the building if they have like available unit that match your requirements.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.